Q&A for this Sunday, London, UK time, 6 p.m. Now, while I wait for you to jump on, I'm going to read you a short story from The Cosmic Power Continue by Dr. Joseph Murphy. And it goes like this. Thinking in cosmic truth brought him several promotions. While I was talking to a detective last year, he told me that a case had baffled him for months, and that he had been thinking of a solution and guidance, but that no answer came. I discovered that he believed it was a difficult case, that the culprits had left the country, and that his search was thus far or less hopeless. I told him the first thing he had to do was to change belief or thought in his heart. His inner feeling nature that actually he was being double-minded, and that it was mandatory that he change his belief by realizing that infinite cosmic intelligence subconscious is all-wise and all-knowing, and can reveal to him the whereabouts of the criminals who participated in the theft. He realized immediately that his prayer and thinking had been contradictory, that his head said one thing, but that his heart said another, therefore nothing happened. He used this formula. Now, I see some of you are hopping on now. I'm just reading a quick story while people are hopping on, and then I will answer your questions. So this formula: I have a deep abiding faith and conviction in the supremacy of the infinite intelligence within me. I am now turning over my request in this particular case to my deeper mind, which is the great fabricator, and I know the answer will come automatically through my subconscious mind. I know that this belief in my heart is at this moment operating in divine order, and I give thanks. He turned over his request to his subconscious mind each night as if it were the first time he had done it, thereby continuously reinforcing his thought patterns. At the end of 1 week, he had succeeded in penetrating the deeper layers of his subconscious mind, and he had reached a conviction. On the morning of the 8th, as he was shaving, the thought popped into his mind of a certain small town in Southern California. He went there with his partner and found the two men in a bar, arrested them, and recovered the stolen jewels. Thereby proved without a doubt the wonders of thinking with cosmic authority. I love that story. That's so incredible. So now, let's see. I've got some people popping in. Hello, Laszlo. Hello, Bara. Hello, Mohammed. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Bara, you have said, kindly tell me some affirmations for manifestation. Many thanks for your support and kindness. Well, I don't know what you want to manifest, darling, so I can't really say. I would need to know more information. Hello, Marilyn. Nice to see you. Anjali, hello. Sophie, hello. Green, here we go. Good morning. I had an amazing connection with someone and went out on one date. Long story short, even after a great connection, he ghosted me. Did I push him out? Well, I don't know. I would ask yourself a question. Did I go into any neediness, any trying to get anything? Was I angry? Sounds like you had an amazing connection, but what happened in your mind afterwards? Okay, have a think about, what did I think of the date? What did I do? What was I going over and over? Was it the joy of it? Was it the fun of it? Or was it the fear of what if it doesn't happen again? That's really important information. Okay? So it really is about looking at what did I do after? Okay? What did I do after? And then Look at your thoughts, your feelings and beliefs about yourself and about the connection that you had or about that person, because that will give you real information as to what you need to work on. Okay? Metali. Why is there an urge to talk to SP at least once a day? Well, in my experience, some of that pay, but if it's that often, you might look at, am I trying to get love? Am I trying to get reassurance? Am I trying to get something? Because that will give you some really good information. Okay? Because that is where you need to start. Working on the self, Metali, okay? You work on the self-love, you work on your mind. The more you can work on your mind and focus on love, the state of love, getting your body into the state of love, and then getting to the place where you are relaxed, where you're at peace, okay? All of these things contribute to a good relationship, and the start of a good relationship, or the continuation of a good relationship, or the reconnection of a good relationship. Abby, I have a business but would like consistent clients and open up a shop soon. When it comes, money is very limited. Okay. Well, I would probably, before you do that, open up a shop and you've got limited money, then you put yourself in a bad situation where you are creating more for yourself financially. I would wait until the money is more flowing with whatever you're doing for work now. I would hold off a bit and slow down and be a turtle. I would learn whatever I need to learn about attracting clients. Now, that might be something that you already know about because you've got a business. I have a job right now, I'm not sure. So don't jump too quick, too fast. And then you might also want to do some money meditations, okay? There are lots of money 30 days, whether it's mine, whether it's Abraham Hicks, whether it's you write down every day. Rhonda does the other one. She does the magic, and there's a magic process where you increase the money, you spend the money, and you do it for 30 days. So look up some of those, I would suggest, Abby. And I would write a script. I'm happy and grateful now that my business is thriving. I have wonderful clients and whatever it is else that you want, okay? So it is about learning what you need to learn before you jump in. Yes, we do learn on the go as well, but if you're opening a shop before you make $1, £1, 1 rupee, whatever it is, your currency, you are going to be spending money. Opening up a shop requires paying rent, electricity, it requires getting shop fittings, it requires stock before $1 is made. Okay, so I would perhaps you might want to do a business course. You say you have a business, I can see, but the opening up the shop sounds like it's a different thing. So even though you may have the business now, it's looking at, okay, is that business something that's going to be connected to what we do? So my advice would be, yes, write a script with exactly what you want it and then read it every day, but also look at the practical stuff. And I can't fully answer your question because I don't know what business you're in. I don't know, you're saying you're not doing, well, you didn't say you're not doing very well, but you said your money is limited. So therefore, I would, just time and be clear. You're clear about what you want, consistent clients and to open up a shop, but now it's being consistent with the mental work, which then will change the emotional state. And in the meantime, see if you can income where you are, okay? Cause yourself less stress. Mohammed. Guys, these comments are going too fast today, so I'm just picking random ones as I see them pop up after I finish the question I've just done. Mohammed, does doing self-love meditation for inner child wounds? Some, yes. I would also, Mohammed, look at the inner child meditations. There are 2. I would practice those as well. Okay? So that way it gives you 2 halves of a nut, let's say. Okay? Abby, no problem. Okay. And yet I have started to lose faith in manifesting my ex-fiance back due to finding out he cheated on me while we were in. Okay, I've been told that I need to move on and that he disregarded me. Okay. Jasmine, I work on your self-love and work on your perhaps I'm not good enough, I'm second best, if you feel you have any. I'm finding that sort of information out is, you know, I know because I've heard it quite a few times in my own life. It's quite devastating. And I think it's really, rather than trying to outside, it's an inside job and working on the inside, okay? We need to look at what it is that is being triggered, okay? Someone said the sound's low. I'll see if I can turn this up. Is that any better? Okay. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying, Jasmine, it really is about getting yourself in the right state. You must look after yourself mentally and emotionally, because your relationships or even relationships that you found out stuff later, it's telling you a lot of really good information about yourself, okay? So you got to lay the foundation first. Everything that's around you is a reflection of what you've got going on those particular subjects. So it really is a self job first, okay? So that's the you can't build a house on sand. You've got to lay the concrete and do it properly. So this is the thing. We must work on our self-love first. And then you do your manifesting, whether you script or do an imaginal scene or whatever it is that you prefer. It is about laying the foundation and then building on top of it. Okay, so vision boards are great, imaginal scenes are great, living in the end is great. Stay Sleep, which comes from Neville, is great. It is really about making sure you do all that first and making it a consistent priority. Once you make yourself the priority, you disconnect from anyone having to do anything to make you feel better, your life will level out in all areas, okay? So highly suggest. And also, if you've got emotions about that, let it out. You need to process the hurt, the betrayal, the anger. All of those emotions need to come out. So it's okay to do so, and it's okay to go through that. Okay? Now, Shivani, how to be sane when the relationship gets turbulent. The relationship is turbulent because you have to stabilize yourself. So again, the answer is always the same. If you're having issues in relationships, look at yourself. Work on, how do I become calmer? How do I become more relaxed? How do I become more loving? And I'm not talking about to them, I'm talking about to you. How do I become someone who looks after themselves in terms of getting enough sleep, eating healthy food, drinking enough water, making sure you exercise? If you're someone who takes care of yourself, then you will see the overflow in your relationships, as in people will treat you with more respect. You will see love in lots of different forms. So it's really about working on you and making that a priority, okay? Now, Carolyn. I text my spouse. It's hard to connect with him because it feels like he's not engaging enough with me in a way that shows effort. Okay. Carolyn, this might be to hear. Get your foot off his back. Okay? You're trying to get more from someone than he's willing to give, and he's not engaging because he doesn't like it. Okay? I know as women, we like people to engage, men, or sometimes in gay relationships too. It doesn't. But when people feel your energy of I'm not getting enough, I want more, you never get more because your dissatisfied state is what gets projected out from you. And that dissatisfied state comes back to you as evidence in the person either pulling away or blowing hot and cold. Okay? What I heard is he's not doing enough. And what that tells you about you is you're trying to get external love, and that's not where you need to get it. You've got to work on your self-love and then radiate love out, you see. And you've got to become good at that. Otherwise, relationships are difficult. Not for everyone, but for a good portion of the population. Okay? So I would suggest set some self-love meditation, one a day, 4 days a week, and I would also suggest you do these affirmations. I love, I am secure, I am good enough, I am deserving, I am worthy. You work from the inside out. Okay? So, okay. Okay. Cactus Jack, I'm not sure about that. I don't know about the super chat thing. I don't know what I've done to my channel, but I'll answer the questions as best I can. Miss Hill, how to manifest a specific job with a specific company? Well, you can, again, write a script. I'm happy and grateful now that I have started working. You know, I had a friend, she actually wanted to work at a particular prestigious art school in Sydney, Australia. And what she did was she walked around the grounds. She just went in and she walked around and she just said, I belong here, I belong here, I belong here. And then she worked there for 30 years. So it worked. So you can try that. Monica, how do we get over desperation when manifesting new love? By working on your self-love. Desperation comes from trying to get external love because our needs were not met as children. So if you do inner child work, if you do self-love work, and have a look at that might help. If you haven't got a partner, you're saying it's new love. If you haven't got a partner now, this is a good time to work on it as well. Limerence, just put in limerence and what is limerence into Google. Do a little reading on that. That might help you. Hi, Gloria. Nice to see you. How often should I send love and for how long? Regularly and for as much and as long in between working, sleeping, etc. Okay. Carolyn, I just want to be open and communicate. Yes, you do, but not everybody is you, and not everybody does it the way you do, you see, my lovely. So when you're trying to force it by having those types of which the conversation is, I want you to change, you need to be different, this isn't working for me, I'm not getting enough, I'm dissatisfied, people run away because they don't like the pressure. It's pressure, unfortunately, okay? Victoria, thank you for helping. Carolyn, thank you. Yeah, Victoria's will be good information for you because she has been through it. Yeah, okay, I want to go back to the question. When we go to psychics, tarot readers, mediums, and we are going there with desperation, doubt, the psychic is us out. They are showing us that we are not secure. And I get it because I used to go to them. I get it. But there is a point where you go, okay, let me actually on getting more secure, getting more loved, getting more grounded, getting more, well, let's say better at firstly offloading the inner child work, but making sure you do the self-love work in the here and now. Okay, so that takes commitment and consistency. I can't tell you that it doesn't, because it does. And it is something that is ongoing for life. Like we have repetitive, habitual, negative thoughts, that can be ongoing for life if you don't change it. But then that has its consequences. So if you can make a decision to start to really look at what your mind does to then create your emotions, because that's mostly how it happens. You have a thought and then it drops into an emotion. So there are times where something's so quick and fast you just hit the emotion. I'm not saying that never happens, but most of the time it's the thought that then generates the emotion. So you must learn to harness your mind, and the better you are at that, and the better you are at offloading your emotions, the better you are at saying to yourself, no one owes me anything, and getting to the place where you really take full responsibility for your mental and emotional health. And you, if you need to, there's nothing wrong with asking someone for help, a friend or a counselor or a coach or a therapist or whoever you're drawn to. What depends what you're working on. There are people that can help you with that. But the whole process is to get to the point where your mind is not tormenting you. And that is a lifetime's journey, as most of us know. So, yeah, hopefully that'll help. Okay, there is a little pink hand that says, I have an app idea, but I don't have enough money to launch it. I need some solid investments for that. What to manifest or visualize to launch my app successfully? Well, I would probably look into doing two things. Firstly, you're looking at the mental and emotional work. You can write a script. I'm happy and grateful now that my amazing app is launched. I've got the most incredible investors to help me with this. I'm so excited. We are now 3 months down, so you can jump ahead in the script to Ahead in Time. There is a couple of things I did called Ahead in Time. Just put my name into the YouTube search bar and then put Ahead in Time, and you'll see that. It's a process where you jump ahead and then you live in that, whether it's 2 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, a year down the track, whatever you prefer. Okay? So try that. And then the practical stuff is get on crowdfunding, get on angel investors, look at Kickstarter sites where people help with money, and some of them even help with mentorship, which is the angel investor. It gives you their money, but also you end up with someone who has got the experience in apps that you need. So have a look at all of those, do a bit of research. I love that little pink hand. My pleasure, my pleasure. I can't say your name because there is no name. Okay. Let's have a look. Butterfly loves. I saw my specific person yesterday after almost a year as he lived where did that go? Here it is. As he lives abroad, very quick because a lot of people around, and grateful for seeing him and time spent. Been so emotional today. Any idea what it is? Well, I mean, I can't be sure because this is like a quick thing that you've written, but have I got the loss after the high? Have I got the loss? The loss of, will this happen again? The loss of perhaps, you got a connection and then the connection's gone because you're no longer together. That type of feeling. And that's all right. But it is, if that is what it is, then you can say to you, now I know what I need to work on because I've got that connection, which was great. And then I've perhaps crashed and burned after. So I think it's normal, you know, some people just really touch us and it really affects us. But if we look inside, ask perhaps the question, am I looking for external love? And that's why I crashed. Or did I just really enjoy the connection and I would like more? Okay? Just food for thought, because it could be a lot of things. Okay, Nick. And yes, is it better to manifest a new relationship or a specific person? Oh, good question. Nick, I think it doesn't matter, and I'll tell you why. Because you take you with you wherever you go. So whether you start a brand new thing, it will go through its honeymoon phase, which is great. You just think, wow, this is amazing. And then times where you bump up against each other's stuff, as in, you know, your childhood stuff, your past stuff from relationships, if you've had some. It might be some issues with you know, your parents that you remember. This person might remind you of your mom or your father. So it depends. But either way, wherever your set point is mentally and emotionally, it really doesn't matter which fork you take, new relationship or specific person. All it is a preference. Which one do I prefer? So what's great is it's a choice you can have, and then you follow that path. Okay. TBBBB, but why can't I believe in myself? Because beauty has nothing to do with believing in yourself. I've coached a lot of models over the last 10 years. And I can tell you they had the hardest time with self because they relied on their looks. Okay? So I think it really, at the end of the day, doesn't much about how you look. It really has a lot more to do with how you feel about yourself, irregardless of how you look. Okay? So it is about working on feeling good about yourself with no one around. And then when you move out into the world, you feel and see the reflection. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to answer a couple more questions. Today, what I've said that I would do is do a half an hour's worth of questions, and then I'm going to do a 15-minute meditation for you. All this Q&A is, I will say, okay, but discussing problems. We're trying to find solutions, but it's much better to take you through a meditation, and while you are sitting there at home or wherever you are, there is an opportunity for you to stop thinking about the problem and to use your mind to focus on the solution. Okay? So, a couple more questions. Gloria M. Oh, I'm glad you like the idea. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of it before. It just popped in my head recently. I thought, hang on. A lot of the Q&As are problem, which doesn't help you guys all that much. But, you know, it's give a man a fin for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So I was thinking about that and I thought, well, if we do a meditation together and you guys unplug, shut your eyes, and be in a state of you want, that's going to be more beneficial to you. Okay, so let me just go back. Hi, finally I can see you in alive. Yes, you made it. Okay. All well, buddy. And yes, how to live a dream life. Tell me in a nutshell. Write it down, what you want. Read it before you go to bed. Feel the relief of it. Use your imagination to imagine what you just read. And then you go. Okay, so you can write a section for money, a section for dream job, a section for relationship, a section for your health, a section for your house, a section or where you want to live, a section for travel, a section for if you want, or if you want pets, or if you want to have an amazing business. Write a section for each thing that you want. Okay? So, Sonali, can I ask that you stop asking the same question over and over? When people are demanding of me, that is not the way to get me to answer your question. Okay? And whoever else is doing that. I can see the things popping up while I'm talking to someone. That energy that you've got going on, that's going to be the issue with whatever it is that you're struggling with. Trying to force, trying to control, and trying to push. And if you're doing it with me, alive, there's a good chance you're having issues with that in your relationships or whatever else is causing you problems today. Please stop it. Okay? It actually repels people like it repels me. So stop doing that and be ready for meditation and learn to actually learn how to fish. Okay? So I'm going to answer one more question. Bira, how much important are affirmations in manifestation process? Okay, I'm going to talk about this. I'm glad you brought this up because there's stuff about all this toxic affirming, robotic affirming. When we start with manifesting, you have to start somewhere. Okay? There has to be a starting point. People say to me, if I believed what I was affirming, I wouldn't have to affirm. Yes, but you have to start somewhere. And you don't have to drive yourself to, mental health issues, which a lot of people I have seen and read lately, which I'm saddened to hear, have done this to the point of, driving themselves a bit crazy, also into exhaustion. That's not what affirmations are about. You are affirming all day anyway. As you move around, you're affirming when you get dressed in the morning and you look in the mirror and you go, your butt is still too fat. There's your affirmation about yourself. Or, why do you still not go to the gym? I told you were going to, still haven't done it. Self-criticism in front of the mirror. Then you might go on and it starts at work. You don't know what you're doing. Then it goes into your relationship when you're having dinner with someone that you really like and you're so preoccupied with them that you're not even enjoying the time because you're going, what if he doesn't like me? What if she doesn't like me? What if this doesn't work? I've had so many dates, whatever it is. All of that is you affirming. So if you look at affirmations as your friend, not like you've got to climb Mount Everest, okay? I think it's using affirmations and saying to yourself, I'm going to use this to change over time. And I'm going to use this to improve what I think about. And I'm going to use this to get a little bit better, 1% in the next month or two, at what I think about myself, about life, about others. Okay? So, if, I know people that have got lists of 50 affirmations, and if that feels okay for you, go for it, That's, if you read them at night and you enjoy reading them with a cup of coffee or that's good. But if you're struggling with affirmations and you don't see the benefit, I would suggest you start with one. Pick I am free or I am love. One affirmation, practice it for 3 to 4 months. Get good at that one. One, so that you start to feel it, believe it, and then know it. And once you get good at, yes, Victoria, I am secure, I feel secure, lovely, I am enough, I'm good enough, yes. Those basic ones They are the foundation that drops us into being balanced. Okay? Oh, I did give you those, Victoria. I remember giving you a couple. You've expanded them, so that's good. So, getting to the point where you have a moment where you feel I'm free. It might be when you finish work on Friday and you've got the whole weekend off and you say to yourself, I am free. And you feel it in that moment. Okay? And then you practice I am love. And if you practice that one, a lot of the questions you guys asked me today would evaporate, because the I am love is one of the most important affirmations of time. Because you're not saying I am loved by that person, or I am in a loving, committed relationship. All those affirmations are okay, but there's nothing stronger and more confident than I am love. And that's the one, if you practice it and get good at it, honestly, your lives will get so much easier. The relationships won't be as hard. Your life will out. You will balance and ground yourself. So if you can do that, you will stop all of this, your questioning mind. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. This is why we're doing this today. But you will calm yourself so much that your fixation with external stuff, person, job, money, sex, whatever it is that you've got going on, it will calm and soothe you to the point where you will finally be free of the torment and the suffering and the anguish. Okay? So, we're going to now, I'm not going to answer any more questions. Just get comfortable. And yes, Victoria, life becomes magic. Exactly right. And you are a living example of that. And it doesn't have to be that it has to be easy to begin with. Some people have had an extremely hard time. But those that have made the decision to really their feeling of love for themselves, those are the ones that see the clearing after the storm. Okay? Close your eyes and just get comfortable and just relax, whether you're sitting or laying down. Just sit in a relaxed position. Be aware of your breath. Bring your focus into your inside self. And I want you to just be aware of the rhythm of your breathing. Breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 4. Breathing in 4. And breathing out for 4. 2 more. Breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 4. In for 4. And breathing out for 4. If I can just remember today that I am love. If I can just remember today that everything I need and want comes from within me. If I can just remember today that affirming I am love, I am secure, I am good enough. If I can remember to do those before anything to rebalance and reground myself, then a lot of my external perceived issues will dissolve, vanish, and take care of themselves. The world is you pushed out. And when we take responsibility for ourselves, but also do not blame ourselves for what others say, and I know that's going to sound like a contradiction, but as you get further on in your journey, you will understand that both of these run like parallel tracks. If I can remember to look for 20 things I'm grateful for in the morning, if I can remember to look for a pocket of joy wherever I go, training my mind to look for the glass half full and curbing my habits of looking at problems, looking at the glass half empty, looking to make us feel better. If we give up those habits and we let everyone off the hook, everyone, parents, children, grandchildren, exes, specific person, boss, friend, best friend, colleagues at work, and we do the best we can for this day, from morning till bedtime, creating the best day we can for ourselves and being of service, not at our own expense, but only after we have filled up our own cup. Only then we can be of true service. So just for today, I am going to commit to myself to love myself as I would love a beautiful romantic partner. I'm going to love myself so that I become wonderful to be around and I let everyone off the hook. And that is the greatest gift you can give to those you cherish. Breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 4. Breathing in for 4. And breathing out for 4. I let go of my habit of trying. I let go of my habit of trying to control. I let go of my habit of trying to push and force. I let go of my habit of being needy on others. And instead of doing all those things, which we didn't know better, now we do, and we know the impact it has on those around us, especially the romantic relationship, where most of us feel it deeply when we are rejected, when we don't feel that we're important to someone, when we feel we are not a priority, when we feel we love someone more than us. when we are in that state of being, we are all being asked to evolve from attachment-dependent love to a freer, relaxed, and more secure and adult version of love. And this process. And you don't have to be perfect. It's just progress is enough. A step at a time, I am going to remind myself, the less I engage in those habits that I mentioned before, the more people are free around me, and they love approaching me more. When I am in the state of relaxed love, and I go from fear to faith to freedom, then the relationship I seek, and it takes me full circle, is me pushed out. That perfect person for me, who has the qualities that I desire. But it is so much more than that. It is about me knowing I have to offer in this relationship, because that is the maturity required to have a perfect love. The love, the understanding, the connection, and where someone says, as my partner said to me yesterday, I fancy you bad. And that is there for you. That is there for you. Every single one of you. Not that people are more special than you and they have it. It is not that people are being rewarded and being punished. It is none of those things. Once you learn to get into a state of love, and once you get to be more secure, and once you understand that love isn't over there, and once you build on I am love, and I am lovable, and I am secure, and I am good enough, and you feel it, that relationship will be under your feet and you will nearly trip over it. It is a moment of shifting from child love or like love to mature adult love, where two people, two givers, give to each other. So just take a moment to absorb that is there for me. And it's got nothing to do with forcing, pushing, control, manipulating, any of those things, because they're very low-rung behaviors. To access the type of love, the type of action, the type of fulfilling, rich, beautiful, amazing, free, where the people are free within the relationship but choose to be together. That love is there for all of you. So just breathe that in and say silently to yourself, that love is there for me. And be grateful that you know that and you're not being excluded. You don't have to stay on the outside of it. If you learn about going from fear to faith to freedom and love, because you understand works, you understand the mechanics and the pieces and how they fit together, and you understand the major fertilizer, which is self-love and feeling good enough, not for them, but for you. And if Source made you and you are here, then you are good enough. And even better than that, you are enough. So, let's do another 4 breaths together before we complete this meditation. Breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 4. Breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 4. Bring in for 4 and breathing out for 4. Breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's come back to the room, and you come back to that meditation anytime you like. Gloria, enough every time you call me Cherry Queen. Victoria, I will think about that. I'll ask the girl that works for me if she can snip that out. And then, yeah, that's a good idea. Well, everybody, I've got my sweet potato in the oven, and it's probably going to turn into little charred bits of wood soon if I don't get it out. So, I will see you. I will see you soon. Lots of love.